You're listening to DraftKings Network.
So for Cinephobe, we do this thing called Rewashingtons. It's when we will rewatch a movie that we've already done for Cinephobe sometimes years ago. But we do this live, and we have our Patreons, patreon.com/countthedings. Come in the chat, ask us questions, join in the kind of the frivolities, if you will. I think Fuentes, you've been on, right?
Can't Hardly Wait.
Yep, Can't Hardly Wait. He was on that one. So we redid the movie Jiu-Jitsu, which I don't know if you've heard of it, Tony.
I have not.
Has Nicolas Cage and Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo is the bad guy from Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Okay.
He was a SHIELD agent, but it turns out he's a Hydra. You see his face, you know who he is immediately.
Yeah, he's like a character actor.
When I Google
Say
Jiu-Jitsu...
it on the microphone. No one can hear what you're saying.
I know it was off. Sorry, Bill.
When I Google
Spinning a lot of
Jiu-Jitsu,
plates.
it's places I can go.
No, Jiu-Jitsu movie is what you got to Google. And it's Tony Jaa's in it as well. But it is absolutely just a Predator ripoff. It is just, it's the same thing. It's an alien, comes from outer space to Earth once every 6 years to fight 9 people. And then it goes home. So it's basically like
2020
blood
wow.
sport and Predator mixed together. Like this thing comes for sport, but also it wants like a tournament. I don't know. But it got me down a rabbit hole of Predator trivia. And did you guys know that the original actor cast to play the Predator in Predator was one and only Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Wow.
I did not. But it also seemed not probable because I knew he was short. And the Predator in the movie is like 6'7".
Yep. And he's 5'6".
Exactly. And I don't care about low angles. When you stand next to Arnold, you need to be tall. If you're going to fight Arnold, you got to be tall.
Yeah, if you're going to fight. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like a Liam Neeson thing where they just fight from the waist up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't show the legs. I wish I would have done that to De Niro in
The Irishman.
The Irishman.
No.
Dude,
that was
that
bad.
scene where geriatric De Niro was beating the guy up in the deli was...
Wow.
Man.
It's unnecessary. That's the movie that made me turn on Scorsese.
Really? Yeah, like he just lost
That
it.
scene?
Yeah.
No, but that scene and that movie, but I'll tell you why. Because for years, I was one of these people like, trust the artist, let the director, why the studio is always hating? Oh, the studio wanted to shorten this. Oh, who cares? I want to see a great movie. I don't care how long it is. And then I saw these Scorsese movies he was doing for Netflix where they were like, do whatever you want. We don't care. We just want to have our name next to your name. And I realized, oh, these fuckers actually need an editor. Like, you need it. You're awful without it.
You got to have guide rails.
He had Action Bronson in that movie.
Oh, the boy, though.
I don't care,
Oh,
man.
yeah, he plays like a shipping guy, right?
No, he's like a mechanic or
A
something.
butcher or something.
Yeah.
Like, something.
I think he's like looking over like a car or something.
He's doing something. I'm just like...
He's also randomly in the movie with Pete Davidson.
It's King of Staten Island?
Yeah, whatever. He's like the random guy that's got shot.
Yeah.
I didn't need that.
Man,
And
many talents.
I didn't like. I just feel like Scorsese needs someone to tell him no. And if it's a studio,
he's surrounded by yes men for sure.
Oh, for
At
sure.
this point, nothing but yes men.
but you know what? I get it. I don't get how Zack Snyder is surrounded by yes men. When was the last good movie this motherfucker made?
I know he has like a disaster with those Netflix Star Wars spin-off things. What are they called?
You know why they're disastrous and why they're so Star Wars heavy? Because apparently he was supposed to do Star Wars.
Oh, and he got
And
like,
then like the old Star Wars thing, we're like, maybe not.
Can we flip it? What's a good movie he's made?
That's what I'm asking.
let's find out.
Because you said the last bad movie. I want to know the
Oh,
first good
The
movie.
last bad movie is the last movie he did. Every time for Zack Snyder, at any point in time for me.
How do people reach a certain
300.
point? Okay. All right. That's a banger.
That was 2006. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah. But how do people reach a point? I think I saw this recently with somebody on Amazon who had a deal to create content for Amazon, got paid like $20 million and like did nothing. How do you get to a point in the world where you're just like, yeah, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, Mac, whoever, give me a ton of money. We're going to put something out that's terrible because I don't care. And then we're just all good. Like, how do you get to that point in life?
They get the money because they've done something else.
Just one good thing? That's all you need?
Yeah, you need something. That's the key to Hollywood. It's just like, what have you done? If you've done something, oh, clearly you must be cool. You got something done. That's how they operate.
And not just something, but something that hits a specific target market. So like Phoebe Waller-Bridge did.
Is that the
Fleabag.
person who got
That's who you're
all the
thinking
money?
of from
Yes.
from Amazon.
Was it 20 or was it more?
I think she got like 50, like some crazy number from Amazon, and I'm not sure she's done anything since.
Nothing.
And it was all because Fleabag was such a hit for them and got so many people signed up for Prime because of the critical acclaim that it had, but also of a very specific market. And so I think that's what they're trying to do is they'll give someone like, hey, go get the more of those people that watched your show to come into what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, so Snyder did Dawn of the Dead in 04, 300 06, Watchmen in 09, and then
That's terrible.
Yeah. What?
Watchmen was terrible.
Really? You didn't like it?
Nope.
I thought it was okay. I think it
Watchmen
was the best thing ever.
300 is the best thing he's done.
Yeah.
300 by
300
far.
easily.
Yeah. That to be fair, 300 is the kind of shit that gets you
Yeah.
That money.
a huge kind
Also,
of money.
Man of Steel wasn't terrible.
Yes, it was.
The first one?
Yes, it was.
No, I don't think so.
Every single DC movie.
I didn't say it was bad. I didn't say it was good. It's just not terrible. Army of the Dead on Netflix? Awful.
Didn't see it.
As a creator, once you get to Netflix, unless you're a stand-up comic, it's guaranteed your shit's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, there's something about Netflix movies that they're almost
Well,
never
because they don't care.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Are we
any
talking movies or series?
movies.
Series
I feel
is
like
their wheelhouse,
there's
yeah.
no quality control when it comes to movies. They're like, just make it for us, please. I'm like, okay, so I'll do whatever. I think the last good movie I saw that was a Netflix movie was Red Notice.
Yeah, Red
Hitman
Notice
was
was
good.
fun.
Have you seen Hitman yet?
Hitman's
Glenn
okay.
Powell?
Hitman's
was
okay.
good.
As an original Netflix movie, I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's got,
I really
it's got who in
enjoyed
it? Glenn Howard?
It's Glenn Powell and
Glenn
it's
Howerton.
Glenn Howerton. Well, Blackberry.
Yeah, but that was who?
That was
But
Netflix,
it's
yeah.
Richard Linklater, and it's for Netflix original movies, and I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. It has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes,
good.
which I know
Yeah,
is
it
like
was
whatever,
okay. It
but
was okay.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
Wasn't that
entertaining.
good. Yeah. I mean, I like the premise of it, but I didn't think it was
Yeah.
like amazing.
I'm not super sold on him.
Glenn Powell?
Yeah, I just see
Is
him
it
as like
oversaturation?
no, it's
too
just
fast?
like he's okay.
I think
he's
we're
not
just
great.
I think we're just desperate for like a good-looking
Who's Glenn Powell?
white guy. The guy from Twisters, dude.
I haven't
The main
seen
dude in Twisters.
he's in
He's also in Maverick.
Top Gun.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like,
okay. Who's he playing, Maverick?
He's like the new Iceman.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I see him.
and then he's in like now everything.
Yeah, now he's in Hitman.
Oh, he's in The Dark Knight Rises? Who was he in The Dark Knight Rises?
I think he was a
He
cop.
was.
He was a-
no,
yeah.
he was just sitting in
was a
inside
pawn
the
of some
bank.
sort.
I think
Yeah.
that.
So he's a nobody.
Bane was. Yeah, he was
Yeah, he's a
nobody at the
nobody.
time, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
There's
He's
a lot
a
of
huge
movies like
movie
that.
star.
It's cool to see people that you look back at a movie and you're like, yo, this guy was in it, but he
You
was like
stuck with it.
nothing. He was a lemming.
Have you seen the cast of Black Hawk Down? Have you ever looked at it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
When that's Black Hawk Down.
Black
right?
Hawk.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I was thinking of the cast of a different movie.
Yeah. So just reading off the very first slide on Google.
2001.
Yeah.
Wow.
Josh Hartnett, Eric Bana, Ewan McGregor, Tom Hardy, Tom Sizemore, Orlando Bloom, William Fichtner, who is the guy in The Dark Knight at the bank who gets the grenade put in his mouth.
Yeah, Billy Fichtner.
Yeah, character actor has been around forever. Jason Isaacs, Tyler Burrell, who plays the dad in
On Modern Family.
In Modern Family, he plays like the funny dad. Let me keep going. Sam Shepard, who he plays General Garrison. Jeremy Piven, Ari Gold, he plays a pilot. Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who is Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer
Yes.
from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And then it gets a little down there. Ewan Bremer, he's like he's been in a bunch of stuff, but he's not as well known. Kim Coates, who played Tig on Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, I haven't
Canadian
watched
guy.
that show.
But he's there. Gabriel, I don't know how to say this guy's name, but he ended up being a guy.
Yeah, good.
Richard
Gabriel, I
Tyson.
don't know how to say his name. He
guy,
ended up
but-
being a
but I-
guy.
But he has a very distinct face. And then Richard Tyson, who was the bad guy, the dad in Kindergarten Cop.
What?
Yeah, this guy. That's the dad from Kindergarten Cop.
He really made a life for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets like, obviously, but just the first 4 lines are just like all A-listers now.
As an actor like that because you said a couple of guys that were like, this guy hasn't
They're on the
really
cusp. Yeah,
done
like I
anything.
remember him. Like Ewan Bremer, he's been in stuff.
Do you live good as an actor like that who's kind of on the cusp and not really? Like, do you have a day job?
No. So the
What do you do?
Define on the cusp. Like, are you in things?
Like, he was in this, but what was the last thing he was in?
So this is
That was 2001.
This
He's
is
been
what
in
we
stuff.
call a working
9/11
actor.
probably.
Yeah, he's working. He's not
Like-
a star, but he's working.
He's
Yeah.
working. Like, so he's not making like $10 million, whatever. But it's pretty much he's making like a decent salary as long as he keeps working. And then you got the residuals and all the other stuff. Maybe you do a couple commercials here and there, whatever. So, but for most of these guys, like they need to keep working. So their agents have to keep trying to get them roles.
Kevin Pollak.
Oh yeah.
All-star working actor. This guy is
he might
everything.
be richer than a working actor.
So remember in Casino, the guy who they sign up to build the casino, that actor, that guy's been in everything.
His big claim to fame is he does a De Niro impersonation.
Yeah, but he's like in Usual Suspects.
Yep.
He's in End
Yeah.
of Days. He's in Casino. He's in a bunch of stuff. Been in stuff for
But
years.
that's from like 30 years ago, though.
No, but still, he's.
What has he been doing recently?
I mean, the guy's like 70 years
Yeah,
old.
he's 66 now. Yeah.
I mean, hey, retirement's
Gotta
not cheap, buddy.
retire. Yeah.
You're working longer than ever.
You got any more facts on Van Damme as in The Predator?
Oh man, I want to say some of these for cinephobes. So.
Okay.
But I'll give you one more because this is.
Can I give the plot really quick to Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes, please do.
So every 6 years, an ancient order of expert Jiu-Jitsu fighters faces a vicious race of alien invaders in a battle for Earth. For thousands of years, the invaders have lost to Earth's defenders. Up until now, Earth's future is in jeopardy. So I guess the expert Jiu-Jitsu fighters are now no more, and now we have to make sure that we find them.
yeah.
And Nick Cage has a sword, which last time I checked, I don't remember Jiu-Jitsu having a sword.
No, there's very little actual jujitsu in the movie Jiu-Jitsu.
What?
That's the thing to remember.
Wait, so the aliens come and they've lost.
To the planet, to Earth.
So Earth has won a lot.
No, the alien comes every 6 years, whoops everybody's ass, and goes home.
Oh, okay. So the humans have not won in a long time.
No, we haven't won.
This is also Mortal Kombat.
This is Wikipedia, though.
But this is Mortal Kombat.
It's pretty accurate. But the other thing about it is, in the movie, they try to assert that the aliens are the ones that taught us jujitsu.
Alien technology.
Those Brazilians,
The
of course.
pyramids.
And also, the alien, I couldn't figure out whether it's the same guy.
I got a sound for this.
Is it the race of aliens,
Thank you.
or is it like this one alien who's like, you know what, I like
Just
to
keeps
do?
coming back.
Every 6 years, I like to take a little break.
It's like the Olympics for him.
They're not even the Olympics. It's like I got him like going to work every day, coming on. He's got a tie, he's got a short sleeve shirt. Comes home, his boss yells at him. His wife is nagging. The kids are crying. He's like, I need a break.
I need a break. He looks at
Get-
his calendar. The annual trip to Earth's coming up.
Circled up.
Circle really big.
His wife says, all right, so we're having dinner with on Blorb's Day. Like, no, you know it's my big
I'm
trip.
going to Earth.
I
My
planned
big
this.
trip. I gotta go whoop this human's ass.
Yeah. Then he goes and it's like, oh, finally some peace and quiet.
Billy, thoughts?
No, that's true. Did you guys know, I saw this online the other day, that Jeff Goldblum is white Orlando Jones?
Yes, I saw the side by side.
Have you seen this
Yeah.
before today?
It's like Troy Aikman being white Jay-Z.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
same genre.
I never considered it.
Future and Glenn, Glenn Close.
Yeah.
I also like Orlando Jones. What happened to him?
That's a good question.
He had like a moment, and he wasn't bad.
I think 7-Up went out of business, and that was like
Nah,
the end of
7-Up's still in business.
Yeah, but they're not like big like before.
They're
that
like,
was his big
they're like
thing.
Mentos.
Oh, is he like
Remember
a-
we're trying to think about
Yeah,
who
Seven
had
Up.
a
on the
marketing
board
budget?
of 7-Up or something? What
No,
happened?
no. Remember he was at 7. Make 7.
Make
Up
7 of yours.
Yeah,
That was
He
his
also did
commercial.
Other things.
He was in like Evolution,
Yeah.
but that was it. It's all
That
right.
that qualified for Cinevote for like a month, and then
And then it
someone
got bumped up.
Then it got bumped
It
up.
is-
again.
it is like a borderline good movie. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
What happens if like you've done a movie that then gets bumped out of it? Do you remove it from your archives?
Have to delete it, yeah.
Not only that, we have one of those Men in Black neuralizers, and we forget we ever did it. There it is. Yeah.
Mike Fuentes just saw it.
It's the glasses mostly. I think the glasses are doing a lot of work.
No, they have the same smile. It's like that toothy smile.
Orlando Jones is huge.
Very long teeth.
Yeah, long and a lot of teeth showing.
Yeah.
Kinda
I mean,
like-
there's really
like a
only
shark.
a certain number of combinations of ways, human facial structures can be made, right?
Who's the black version of you?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Mystery Crate listeners, it's time to find out. Submit your best black version of Billy Gill. And be sure to tag Mike Fuentes in all of those posts.
We had a buddy that I went to high school with. His name was Mark, and then a lot of the guys that I went to high school with ended up playing sports at UM, baseball. And there was a guy that looked just like Mark but black, so we called him Black Mark.
Nice.
But it was like
Lark.
it was like crazy. It was like they were brothers separated at birth
What did the baseball players at UM have to do with that story?
because they're the ones that introduced me to Black Mark.
There you go.
That's how I have the connection to regular Mark, white Mark, and Black Mark.
You know what's funny, Tony? I've never, ever in my life had a friend who was black, fill in the blank. Right? Now, I've had a lot of white mics.
I wonder why.
Right? I just, you know, because you know what I call my black friend's name, Mike.
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 Yeah, that's the joke I was getting over. Yeah. So would I be White Mike now?
no, there's a couple
No,
mics.
Cuban
though.
Mike.
Cuban Mike.
Oh, but there's a couple Cuban mics too.
Although there was this kid that I used to work with who was half Korean, half white, and we still called him White Mike, and he clearly wasn't white.
Well, you could have called him. Never mind.
Yeah, Korean Mike. Yeah.
Korean Mike would work.
Korean
Asian
Mike.
Mike?
Korean Mike would
Is that
work.
what you were
Just
going?
No,
don't
I
shorten it.
wasn't. I'm just looking over here. Wow, Jeff Goldblum, huh? What a life.
Earth are you doing?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. What a life.
I'm Jewish. I can do it.
Did you ever see his show on Disney?
Jeff Goldblum.
I think it's like Jeff Goldblum Explains.
Oh no!
Yeah,
It looked like it was a cool. Like I felt like I wanted to support because he seems like a cool guy.
yeah.
but
That's what it was. Like, it could have been anything.
It's also the kind of show that I want to do.
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
Can I just?
So you don't support it because you want to do it?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
secretly hating.
I have a gripe with celebrity travel shows. Like,
why is that?
Leave the travel shows to the commoners. Okay, like I don't need to see a celebrity traveling around the world to do things. Let someone else that's not famous get that job.
Who
of
are you
traveling
thinking of
around the
right
world.
now that like celebrity is traveling?
Conan O'Brien does
Conan
a travel
O'Brien's
show.
doing one,
It's good, but you know,
But he has all the money in the world.
you
He
know,
doesn't need
you
to do
know,
it.
who is it?
Stanley
It's,
Tucci's the one I'm thinking about.
No,
Yeah.
I was thinking honestly.
fuck his
I-
pretentious
I
ass.
think I was.
When he
and
tours Italy, it's a banger.
it's
No,
not
fuck
hating. Shay Mitchell does a show where she travels around just trying drinks. It's like
That's what I want to do.
we can have someone else do that.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I want to do.
we can have a
You've
Midnight
had
House
your
to do.
fame, you've had your success. Can someone else get a shot here? Like,
But isn't that
it's-
just like TikTokers and YouTubers that travel? Isn't that just the normal people?
Yeah.
Or they have
Yeah,
to be
those
on a
are
network?
boring to be honest. with you.
No, I want.
watch
Yeah.
those. They're shot beautifully, but they're boring.
There used to be like people that you knew this is like the travel person, like Samantha Brown or whatever is like, wow, like that's the
Kreischer for a
travel
long time.
person that travels
Travel
around
guy.
and shows me all
Dave
these
Attell?
different places.
Yeah.
David Tello was really good at that.
Now, since we work in that industry, right? Whenever I see these like really elaborate YouTube videos, right? And then like my mom does this all the time. Hey, you work in TV. Why don't you do something like the YouTube?
It's a good point.
And I
That
say,
is a good
Mom,
point.
do you know what a pain in the ass this is? For me to do it all day at work and then have to go home and plan like all these elaborate shoots. And then it's a lot when you're like producer, editor, planner, booker, all the things in
Talent.
one. Yeah. So for me to do it for myself, wow, a great idea.
Is a lot of.
A lot of work.
a lot of work.
That's why people are like, oh, you know, they just talking to the camera on YouTube. You have no idea how much work that is. That is so much work.
So on an upcoming episode of Tony Tonight, I talked to my buddy George, who's Mr. Eats 305, and we kind of have an in-depth conversation about what the life of an influencer
is
really is.
because you're on all the time.
Dude, not only are you on all the time, not only are you producing, editing, talent, booking, like all of that stuff, it's your entire life. Like
Yep.
that's how you make money. Like
Well-
if you stop, the money stops.
It's a topic I want to do on main show at some point. I call it the hellscape of the content creator, right? Because you think everything about your life has to be content. Everything.
Our brains have changed.
You don't get to chill. Yeah.
Like there's nothing that they do or enjoy genuinely just for the sake of doing it, right? Went to SeaWorld, had fun, got splashed by the orcas. They had a cool roller coaster. No, it's got to be like, hey guys, I'm at SeaWorld today. Let's see if I'm gonna get like everything has to be like that. You know who's like that for real? That I think about a lot. Like I feel bad for this dude. Lethal Shooter. You guys know who Lethal Shooter is?
Yes, Lethal Shooter's turned into a walking
Oh,
billboard.
that's the guy. He's in the park, right? He's like playing basketball.
He's
right?
everything.
Yeah, but like
he's shooting a rim, like a rim that made of nails.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He gets
Yeah.
it perfect so it doesn't hit the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You gotta stay locked in. And but I'm like, yo, this dude really, his whole life is like, fuck, what do I have to shoot on today?
I gotta do the next thing.
I gotta figure out the next thing. He shot him something.
He's like,
with-
what if I'm on jet ski?
Yeah.
And then I shoot it over a fountain and then I make it. And it's like, yeah, cool, sick, do it.
I did it like chainsaws. Do I
yes.
have-
Yeah, what can I
like,
do
well,
now?
I'm juggling chainsaws and I'm shooting in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm just like, when does it end? Because it ends at some point.
Yeah. He can't do it forever.
You can't do it forever. And lately, what he's been doing now is like mixing in these skits, and the skits are
Not great.
Their ass on.
ass on, man. But it's worse than
skits
ass
have been
on.
ass on.
It's clearly he wrote it too, and so it's like
yeah.
it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I like Eugene Levy, and I know that Jeremy's going to kind of fight me on this. Do I need to see him travel around the world?
The levies go away.
Like,
Whoa.
just
Whoa.
be rich and travel.
Whoa.
That's fine.
Whoa.
You don't need to take me on your vacations.
with you
Pay
there.
for your own vacations and just enjoy it. Do it without a camera and
I think
enjoy
they're
your
hosting
life.
the Emmys actually.
All of them?
No, just Dan and
The entire
Eugene.
army of levies.
Enough.
Sister
Enough with
really
your
got the short
eyebrows.
end of the stick, huh?
Enough with your eyebrows.
Enough with
No,
the,
he's right about that.
The glasses. Oh, I gotta wear the same kind of glasses my dad wears. Like,
Wasn't that? Yeah. I feel like he's trying to redo.
He
Who's
literally
the
has a
guy we always
glasses
talk
brand.
about? Yeah, why does he have the glasses brand? Because
Who?
he forced
Dan?
it.
Yeah, of course.
Because my
Why wouldn't
daddy
you?
does.
Because nepotism.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Because I'm a good actor.
But he made a
because
great
my dad was
show.
an actor.
Yeah.
Chris Cody gets killed for nepotism. Guess what? Is he a writer? Does he write for a newspaper? No. Carved his own path.
Exactly right, and he works hard. As
Hold up.
hell.
Wait, I think you guys are arguing different things.
That's
Yeah,
one
I
way to
think
look
so.
at it. Yeah.
I'm arguing that nepotism is not good. And
You're
that-
saying nepotism,
But he's giving Cody
leading
a pass.
directly
Because
to the exact same job.
Dan Levy is basically redoing his dad's career.
Right.
Yeah.
Is he?
It's only a matter of time
He's-
before
they're both actors,
They're
Billy.
going to redo Splash. Guess who's going to be like
He's going to be
the weird
dad,
scientist?
He's going to be dad in American Pie. or
He's going to be
whatever.
dad in American Pie.
Man, that would be fun.
I mean,
actually,
but
if they
he
remake
like
that.
Schitt's Creek was like his
was-
thing.
he wrote it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it was his thing.
Well-
you could say nepotism,
And
if
his dad
it's like,
signed on, which is how he was able to help.
Yeah,
get
but
with
it
the
show
network.
succeeded
But
because
the
of,
success was because
Well,
it
but
was
his,
good.
and his dad made the phone call to get
Yeah.
the mom in because they knew each other from all those.
Yeah.
From,
Well, it was
So
that actually.
so
was
hey
family
network, I have a great idea for a show. Okay, kid, call me later. Wait, what if I told you I have
my
Eugene-
dad's attached.
Eugene Levy and the mom?
You didn't
from-
get my name.
from Home
so it's a
Alone.
bad show. It only existed
No,
because
no,
of
no.
his dad.
No,
Dude.
I mean it probably did only exist, but ended up being good.
I
How
used
many
to-
good shows are out there that never
Never
see
get
the
made?
light of day because they have nobody attached to them that matters?
I used to have this argument with Pablo Torre all the time because Pablo's friends with Childish
Spencer
Gambino.
Hall.
Childish Gambino.
Oh.
Right?
Donald Glover.
And so Atlanta, I said Atlanta's
a bad
a
guy.
good show, but
Fell off.
it's nothing that blows me away. I'm talking about this is like season 1, season 2 of Atlanta. I'm like, this is a good show, but it's like, I could have made this show. And everyone's like, oh, me, that I'm not. No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, hey, I could have had it on air. I'm saying like the ideas
You
that
would've
they're
had the
having
ideas.
in here, like these are ideas that I've heard a million times over from my friends and stuff like that. What Donald Glover did was he had the pull to get it made, which is no small feat. No small feat at all. The difference is when it comes to Dan Levy, he had the pull because daddy's gonna help me get it done.
You sound like a hater.
I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna come right. Like you're like the person
Is it
like and
not true,
everyone's
though?
like my family
Yeah, but
should have a reality show.
I was a gambling
we're
man-
so crazy.
Yeah, if
Like,
I was
no,
if
you
I,
shouldn't.
If I was
You're
a
not Gene Simmons.
If I was a gambling man, I would say it had more to do with it than it didn't have to do with it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
So you're saying that you, Amin El Hassan, could have made a 2-time Emmy Award winning show, Atlanta, and the
so-
only reason you
No,
didn't
him and his
is because
friends
you
talk
don't
about
have
it.
a
The
pull.
concept,
The concept.
is a regular concept.
The concept.
Well, right, but that's what makes
not
the
a
show
crazy
great.
concept.
Is you take a regular concept and then you make incredible television around it.
Jeremy, the problem is this. I'm trying to turn it in an angle where I can
That's
see you.
tough.
Sorry, I can hear it. Let me move over here.
Because this is pretty much impossible.
Hey,
The
now
prob-
I'm over
the-
here. Sorry, camera team.
The problem, what I'm saying isn't like, hey, I could have won 2 Emmys. Because again, we know how awards are won. Awards are won with a lot of campaigning. Awards are won with a lot of politics behind the
Politics.
scenes. And awards are won because a lot of times the voters like who they like. And Donald Glover was a known commodity. This
But
wasn't.
people like this show. Like, people.
I'm not saying it's not a good show. I'm
Right.
saying
That somebody
like,
else could have made
the
it.
idea. Like you want to blow. Like, I'll give you a great example. Inception. I walked out of that movie. I was like, in a million years, I couldn't have thought of this shit.
Okay,
In a million
sure.
years, this dude did something I could have never came up with. Game of Thrones. In a million years, I could not come with the level of detail that a show like that comes up with. Atlanta. I'm like, dude, it's a good show. I loved it. I watched it the whole way through. I was entertained by it. I laughed. I cried. All that shit. But it's like, dude. Me and my friends could come up with Atlanta.
So so like that's what Schitt's Creek is
It's
kind
the
of a
same
perfect
thing, though.
example where Schitt's Creek is, hey, the rich family loses everything and then you figure it out. But like there's a whole bunch of those shows and most of them don't hit the way that Schitt's Creek did because they wrote it to create these really specific nuanced characters that then were able to kind of like go to another level. And sure, the only reason it gets greenlit to begin with is because Eugene Levy exists. And I
That's the
understand
only
that's
point
the
he's
point
making.
from the jump.
That's the only thing.
Number
point he's
one
making.
is
But it doesn't take away how like talented or good
it's like
those
child
people
mortality,
are.
right? Like it's like, oh, like this family had all of these babies that went up and grew up and went to college and became doctors and lawyers. Like, yeah, this family had babies that died, right? Like, there's nothing to say that these babies couldn't have grown up to do all those things. And with that note, this baby's got to go.
Okay.
He's
right
running-
about that.
He
Just
is,
like
Can't even counter.
he's running to Genesis because
Yeah,
he
he's
does not
sprinting because he doesn't want somebody
Yeah.
to skip him.
Yeah,
How you feeling, Jeff?
Jess, a new woman.
I'm sorry. I have no idea what you guys were talking about, but I just
It's okay.
got mad.
Schitt's Creek only
We wanna hear
exists
it.
because Dan
Because
Levy
Dan
is Eugene
Levy's
Levy's son.
Yeah, that was basically the
The
argument.
point was
that-
it got greenlit.
It's about nepotism.
It got greenlit because
Yeah.
of the family.
and enough of the
name.
That
Levys.
never happens.
And
in
Amit
Hollywood.
and his
That's
friends
weird.
could have
They were-
created Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Also,
I'm gonna take a pause here real quick. If you guys are watching on YouTube or the DraftKings Network right now, you're gonna see a package that was made with Jess. Glad you walked in right now, and Roy in Key West winning their barbecue championship.
Wow, let's
and-
go.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I
fishing.
want to see that.
Yeah, well, you're not
Well,
going to see it
look
right
up.
now.
Look up.
but
Watch.
No, we're not going to play it because
he just said right
no,
now.
we're gonna play.
No,
We're
I
playing
said
it.
we're playing
No,
it.
we're playing
Or
it. She's
DraftKings
seeing it.
Network.
She's
She's going to
playing
be
it.
watching it later on YouTube.
She's watching.
So if you want to go see that, travel over to the YouTube channel or
you're on it
DK
already.
Network. Yes,
Yeah, you're there.
And you're watching right now. Just stay here. Or if you're on the pod, you will get now 5 minutes to cover that. So that way we don't have this like thing like, hey, look at this fish, and you cannot see the fish.
What fish was it?
Why do we do this in the middle of a
Permit,
segment?
tarpon.
That-
Ooh, we got a tarpon?
So this is
Lobster.
bonus audio content that the video team's not getting.
Correct.
Like if you're watching on video, or you don't
you're
get
not.
this.
You're not watching.
So
a
if you're
video.
listening on audio, you're only hearing this.
Yeah, feel free
and
to
all the
travel
video
over to the
people aren't.
podcast and give that a download and help our
did
numbers.
you try to
That's
feed
right,
the
number
tarpon
farming.
or not?
I actually didn't go fishing, so.
So what did you? So what did you do?
I did nothing.
You
I
have-
ate ribs. It was awesome.
A+ tweet, by the way.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
Okay, so a bunch of people replied to my. So I tweeted over Roy, like I quote tweeted Roy's tweet about winning the barbecue contest. The Tyrese Halliburton being like, when you are in the group project, and you don't do anything, you get an A. And a couple people were like, "Damn, like that Roy, like that's so mean to Roy." And I'm like, "No, this was about me." Tyrese Halliburton
had nothing to
tweeted
do
that
with
about
it.
himself,
Right.
And now I'm tweeting it about myself because I did nothing except eat ribs, and I like did a couple like helpful things.
You were an essential
for
part
the
of the
pit
team.
masters.
They couldn't have done it without
Roy
you.
was such a sweetheart, though. He was like, Jessica did exactly what we asked of her, and he's right. That is true.
Which was nothing?
Which was not a lot.
But it was asked.
But I got a trophy,
and it was done.
and I ate ribs, and they were fire.
Hell yeah.
Behind every successful team is a support staff. Jess, you were the support staff.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take the
Applause
title.
to you because you know what? You're the support staff here for Mystery Crate, and you make a lot of things happen. So
Yeah.
thank you,
No,
Mike.
most of them is just annoying you guys enough to come in here and talk.
Oh,
So,
my-
thank you.
It really is like 99% of his job is
Correct.
My
bugging us.
Hey, I need
It's
you to
wrangling.
be here.
My sound effects aren't on?
Please.
Your sound effects are on? No, do you want them on?
Yeah, I wanted them on so I could give you a little something. There you go, Mike.
Thank you, Tony.
But it was fun. The barbecue ribs that they made on the last day, they were peanut butter jelly flavored ribs.
Really?
Wow.
So good.
Is this like a sweet and sour type deal going on, or
It was mostly just sweet,
Sweet.
but a
Salty,
little
sweet
smoky, a
and
little
salty.
peppery. Like it was a very good balance. I think
So explain
I
to
think
me-
the ribs are what won the event.
So
for
it was a
Jody,
barbecue.
Roy and Dave.
It was a barbecue.
Fishing, lobstering, and barbecue, and you get sort of. I don't understand exactly how they weight the different events,
how do
but
they all go together?
Yeah.
but like the fishing counts for a certain amount of points.
Mm-hmm.
The lobster, there's a certain limit of like as many lobsters as you can get to get the full points for the lobstering, and then the
so
barbecue
who went
on the
down and
last
tickled
day.
the lobster out of the hole and got it? Was it
I think Roy did.
tickled
I
the
mean, we'll
lobster
find out in the
side?
video.
But you,
Well, no. Remember, we're not watching the video. The
That's true,
audio.
the audience.
but you will have seen it before it releases.
But yeah, I couldn't go fishing or lobstering because they both events were on like there was a captain, and he had a boat. And the boat fit like 5 people, and I didn't want to take someone's spot
Yeah, like a
because
cru-
there
like
were
a cruise
two.
You weren't going to do anything.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not a fish master. But no, there were 2 social media people on the boat doing all the video stuff, and I didn't want to take one of their
Yeah, how
spots.
about
Obviously,
just let them do their job?
Right? Like they're.
So you just were at the pool hanging out.
Yeah, I read Dune. I'm not finished with it though, but I like it so far.
I heard it's. I know Star Wars took like inspiration from Dune,
Yeah,
but I don't.
That
That's all I know about Dune, like the old book, really.
Dune back in the
Did you
day.
see the
Movies
movie
and
with
Yeah, I know the movies.
Timothy Chalamet?
That's for other people.
I wore a shirt the other day that had Suri on it, and you were like, I didn't see it, so I don't know. What
No,
that
I
means.
didn't, and I still haven't.
Reading the book,
But I am reading the book. I'm almost finished with it. I like that there's like a bunch of like sort of science fiction kind of created words, and then like the main character's name is just Paul, and his mom's name is Jessica.
That made me laugh. Like, so in the
So
movie,
bizarre.
Paul Atreides, right? Or that's
Yeah.
his name, Paul. And then I'm always like, we're out here in the middle space with all these like
on these like aliens.
weird names for sandworms, and then his name is Paul.
Yeah, I haven't met too many worms yet. I'm starting to get into the worms
worm
now.
area.
Yeah, but anyways, the event was great. Key West, I have to say, I've been there like 3 times now since I moved to Miami. This sounds obvious, but the chickens are multiplying,
Roosters.
and however many chickens. Well, all kinds of chickens. However many chickens you
roosters
think
can't
there
just
are
multiply.
No, I
in
know.
Key West, there's 1,000 times that many now. Like, even since the last time I stayed at this very hotel, there are so many more chickens. There were chicks. There were hens. There were roosters. I woke up to the sound of a cockle-doodle-doo.
Yeah, you hear the roosters. That's why I said roosters, because you just hear them everywhere. Hens you don't really hear, but they're there too, because they're there with the little chicks, and like they're everywhere. Oh my god! And Willow was like, "What the fuck are these?" Like, every time she sees a chicken, it's like the Simone Biles meme at the Olympics where she like turns her head really fast. Every time she would see like a chicken run by in front of her, she'd be like, "What is that?" She knows it's a bird, and she knows that it's like another animal, but I don't think she knows that is the same thing that she eats.
How do you know?
That's
that
probably
she
the best way,
knows
though.
that?
I can tell. She acknowledges that like that's an animal. Like she acknowledges all animals to different varying degrees. So
What's
like
her
if she
favorite
sees
animal?
a cat, she'll like shit her pants. She fucking freaks
hates
out when
cats?
she sees cats.
She doesn't like them?
She doesn't hate them. I think she's afraid of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she
she's
not know
really
how big
scared.
she is?
I think that may be part of it.
I think a lot of dogs don't realize how big they are because then they wouldn't throw themselves into you.
Because
either.
then there's some dogs that don't realize how small they are.
Yeah.
Because there's some if you have a
That's
little
like
dog
cats.
that's
Cats have no
all
idea
bark,
how
no
small
bite.
they are.
right. If you have a little dog that lives with a big dog, it's like I'm that size.
The little dog runs a show.
Yeah, the little dog's like I'm that size. It's like, what's up?
In the NFL, there is no margin for error. One mistake can change the outcome of a game. Science proves quality sleep can help boost reaction time, recovery time, and overall athletic performance. As the official sleep wellness partner of the NFL, Sleep Number's mission is to provide players with data and insights to optimize their sleep for the ultimate competitive edge. Sleep is essential for recovery, and we all have unique needs. That's why Sleep Number smart beds are perfect for couples, with individualized settings for each side. Since 2018, Sleep Number and the NFL have teamed up to bring quality sleep to elite athletes. 8 out of 10 NFL players, including 80% of Kansas City Chiefs players, trust Sleep Number for their best rest. And now, during Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL. See store for details. Oh, we had the appetizer last week, but now it's time to feast. College football is back. Don't miss any of the action. Jump in with DraftKings Sportsbook. It's a full slate of games for Week 1, including the big matchup in Atlanta between the preseason number 1 and number 16. Here's a little something extra special. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DAN. That's code DAN for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
Guys, it's time for You Betcha.
Yeah, betcha.
Which is presented by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Saturday, August 31st, 8:30 p.m. Inter Miami. We're back. Messi's not, but we are. Inter Miami money line. Both teams to score plus 225. FC Cincinnati did not score on them last time, but I don't think they keep it up. So that's your bet. Inter Miami money line and both teams to score, and that was You Betcha.
So she freaks out when she sees cats because I think she's afraid of them. She doesn't really understand them, which posits a problem because one day if I visit my sister and my brother-in-law, they have several cats, and I don't know how she's going to react, and we may not be able to bring her along for the ride. But birds she kind of ignores, except chickens. Chickens she does sort of think are strange. They're not flying. They're making strange noises. A lot of times they're clucking. They walk a sort of weird way on their two little taloned claw thingies. Their little chicken feet.
Well, they're probably also the tallest thing that approaches her that's not a dog. Because, like, a rooster has
true.
stance, right? So,
Yes.
like, there's mom size, which is really big, human
Yeah.
size. Then there's, like, lizards. And then there's...
Well, I think she thinks that I'm also a dog. So
Yeah,
I think
100%.
in the
So then
hierarchy...
how does she know if other things are other animals and How does she think you're a dog?
I think she thinks that I'm like, I'm
Like an upright
I'm
dog?
person dog. Chicken is 2-footed dog. Cat is scary
Evil dog.
mean dog.
Yeah, everything's a dog.
Everything
Evil
is a
cat.
dog,
Yeah.
but they're like different kinds
Except
of dogs.
she's like, mom dog doesn't shit on the floor like me.
true.
How
well,
come mom
you don't
never
know that.
mom never shit? Well, I don't know what you get into, but mom never shits on the floor. Why?
Yeah,
You think
right.
she thinks that?
So she thinks, Mom,
I don't think she
want to
thinks
hump
of
her.
anything.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
This is where it all comes back to, because Willow treats me like I am a sex toy, and I have had to. Were you not here when we talked to Ron McGill last
Ron
week?
McGill.
No.
So
Yeah, he says
I
that
always,
Willow might get pleasure from
I
humping.
always thought that dogs that hump people, especially female dogs, were doing it as like a I want to play with you and I'm trying to
Yeah.
get your attention.
I
That's
thought
what
it was
everyone's always told me.
I always thought it was a domination thing, like
Or
they're
that, or
dominating.
like I'm
Yeah.
trying to show you who's boss.
Correct.
But Ron was like, no, she's actually like, this is a sex thing, and that has really fucked me up for days.
So you would
anyways.
let her just hump you?
No, I would be like, please get off me. But
Yeah,
she
no,
had
I
the
don't
gentle
know.
forearm. Come on.
the gentle forearm
Yeah.
and like be like, haha, that's funny, but get off, like that sort of thing.
And then you get super
She's
embarrassed.
trying to get
Not like that.
Yeah.
what?
What?
She was trying to
Not
get off.
get
in a
off.
different
Oh,
way.
damn.
Oh God.
Knock it off.
But Willow does have really sharp claws. I give her mani pedis all the time. Yes,
Does she
I'm in
fight you?
charge
That's
of. I'm in charge. No, she's
Are they
so
petty
good.
petties?
Yes, I was actually gonna say, is it a
'Cause they're
petty
not
petty or a
manis, they're
mani
pet-
mani,
Yeah,
or is it a
they're-
mani
Oh,
petty?
wow.
Petty petty.
Are they
Good point.
arms and legs? Are they just legs?
They're all legs.
This
They're
goes
all
back to
legs.
how does,
To
a
my
dog,
gene
how does the dog
conversation.
wear pants?
Yeah.
Exactly.
back
Good point.
2 or 4 up.
I think it's a
front, but
back
short.
back two.
Anyways, as I was saying, Genesis, she just changed my life.
How was it?
I think Amin's
It
in there.
was unbelievable.
We can actually go to Amin right
Yeah,
now.
there
There
he
he
is.
is.
Yeah.
Were you guys watching
Good
me? Because
shoulder.
I literally had my shirt off.
No,
we were not.
We
were talking about
cleared
Jean-Claude
this.
Van Damme.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme and how he was
Thank
supposed to play
God.
the Predator, which makes no sense because he's 5'6".
And then we talked about nepotism
And then we talked about nepotism,
Nice.
and then it was probably going to turn
Jer Bear,
into
I like your shirt.
Thank you very much. Shout out to
Home Field.
I do like
Yeah.
the
They're
Citronauts branding for.
I've been trying.
It's so cute. I love the cute little orange. He's got like a cute little helmet on.
he's
Is
adorable.
it a helmet?
Yeah, it is a helmet. So he's a
He's an
citrus
astronaut.
astronaut.
Yeah.
Because UCF was started as a space school.
Right.
And then it went from there. I've been really pushing for UCF to rebrand back to the Citronauts.
But then do you have to rebrand back to the University of Central Florida instead of UCF?
No, absolutely not.
Didn't they change their name at one point?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, they were something else
Yeah.
in Orlando
You should-
before
wait, you don't know what that
becoming
was?
UCF.
You don't
Well,
know that?
UCF in 1963 actually officially became, I believe, the University of Central Florida, and that's all I've really cared about.
I have questions about his helmet though,
About the helmet?
because it doesn't really go around his head. So
It's not safe.
and then
Yeah.
when he puts his visor down, it doesn't
mouth
really,
is still
it's
agape.
exposed.
Looks like a Marvin the Martian ripoff, if I'm going to be
Yeah,
honest.
It does.
with
I
you.
mean,
It's just-
yeah,
it's
this
just not
was
enough-
designed,
Yeah.
I think, in the
Can you
late
put on the
60s, early
space helmet?
70s.
Can you
want me to put
yeah,
it?
put on a
sure.
space helmet so we
Yeah,
can
you
see
got
how
it.
our proper helmet's supposed
It's
to
also like kind of like a playoff Obi, the orange.
Florida
from the Orange
Technical
Bowl.
University.
Yeah, that's what it was.
FTU.
Yeah. See, this is a proper helmet.
Right.
But you could tell by the helmet that is on the shirt that for the audio audience, he's wearing a proper
It's kind
helmet.
Dale Earnhardt was wearing when he died, unfortunately.
Correct. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's rest in
Too
peace.
soon.
Yeah, but and
That's
then
true.
it's
They changed the
And then
regulations
You could see
as
the
a
helmet,
result.
the difference in helmets. So our Citronaut friend on Jeremy's shirt, I don't think he'd survive space travel. That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
It's supposed to be a school about this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think
Very
that
unfortunate.
wow, this is
Chris Cody fucked me on that, by the way.
He did.
He did.
Big time.
He fucked me hard on that. What? Not in a fun way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I I sent my impression of the DA from Presumed Innocent
Presumed
to Chris
Innocent.
Cody, and he didn't include it in the suies. I was robbed.
Huh. There was a lot of stuff that we forgot to put in the suies. I hope by this point the Ronnie Chang interview has been
Probably
Added.
not.
added.
That was such
Oh,
a
it better
great
be.
moment. Chris is like, and we're gonna hear it now. What?
I mean, it's really hard to keep track of suies,
lot.
especially the revelations, because often like a revelation doesn't feel like a revelation.
Right.
in
And
the
they're different to
moment.
everybody, right? Like,
Yeah.
some stuff we would have known already or not known.
Right.
But the thing about Samson crying after sex stood out to me.
That was
and
very
then, and then the apologizing. I'm not going to say I haven't before,
Wow.
but it's just weird coming out of his mouth.
You're a brave person for saying this on air.
I was a kid. I didn't know. What are you gonna do? I was a kid.
Very,
You know,
very back in the past.
It's a relatable. I think it's a relatable thing for people to hear.
Well, we just all have had like guys. Let's face it. We've all had bad experiences. But to admit
You've
them
had a
out
bad
loud-
at bat. Everybody's got a bad at bat once in a
Yeah,
while.
but you know what? In the same game, come up to the plate again. Take your
Home run.
hacks. Yeah, take your hacks. You never know.
And just like baseball, we've normalized the at-bats just getting worse for some reason.
It's true. Hey, you know what?
All around. Like, it's just...
And as you get older,
We've accepted it.
as you get older, they get worse. You know, and the hits come less and less before you know it, you're retired.
Yeah, you're a home run hitter, trajectory ball kind of thing.
You know, you're happy to get a walk, to be honest.
Rare to get a homer.
Oh, please. So we were talking. I think Amin was trying to give Cody a pass on his nepotism earlier. You missed that part, Jessica.
He was trying to do that because what he was essentially saying is it's only nepotism if you end up with the exact same job as your parent or grandparent or whoever is helping you with the nepotism.
Right now, Genesis's foot is inside Amin's collarbone. Shoulder blade.
Yeah.
And that hurts so much.
I wish we had a mic in there.
I've never been mashed, and I'm kind of fearful of it, if I can be honest. Not of Genesis, the person.
No,
but
you
of
should be
the
afraid.
concept of her.
You should be afraid
Or
of
afraid
how
to be
much it
mashed.
hurts. Like, it
Yeah,
hurts.
that's my
So
fear.
I will have bruises on my back tomorrow.
She's powerful.
I feel it
so
the next.
strong.
I feel it the next few days.
So this
Is
is
she-
a good thing.
Dude, she knows. Like, she
How
knows
is it
when
good?
something's going on in my life based off of, like, my neck. Like, she'll be like, you have this going on, right? And I'm like, dude, how did you know that? She knows. Like, she's like a fortune teller, like a palm reader, but it's like she's reading all the muscles in my
my
my back and
Yeah.
my neck, and she's telling me exactly what's going
She
on
had a
in my
classic
life.
Yeah,
line
she's
to
like,
me.
she's like, oh, tense in here, huh? Problem with the missus? Fuck out of here.
At the
She's like, you moved
Clevelanders,
recently, didn't you? And I was like, what the f-?
she hit me with, "Did your grandparents have a hard time?" And I was like, "What?" Yeah, they came from Cuba. Didn't know the language. Of course, they had a hard time.
She's like, I feel that.
Shit, yeah,
She's
guys,
like, I feel that in
generational
your
trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
Generational
Yeah, because your
trauma
hip
in
flexor was
my
a little,
lower back.
little tight.
I don't know if this is true, but people always say women carry stress in their hips, and if it's not true, it seems like it is true because it feels very true for me.
Interesting.
My hips are effed. It's where all my stress is.
I think it's a lot of sitting down. Sitting down kills our hips because, like, we're in this hinge position. I think you're meant to be straight, like standing straight up all the time.
Yeah, but I have terrible posture.
Dude, I'm in Pilates right now, and for like hours after Pilates, my posture is
Shaky?
so good. I'm so tall. I grow like 3 inches after Pilates
and you become like
class.
conscious of it, right?
Yes,
So you're
and
like,
then I spend like 4 hours sitting at my table working, and by the end of the day,
It's
I'm
gone.
a curve again.
Banana as
And
fuck,
Lee
yeah.
will always be like, "Your neck looks like a question mark," and I'm like, "Stop saying that." But he's like, "Your neck's a question mark again," and I'm like.
No, I'll become aware of it for like 5 minutes, and then when I'm working, I'll notice like I'm rounding my
Yes.
shoulders.
Oh, my shoulders.
Yeah, and then I'll.
That's why I stand. Realistically, that's why I stand back there.
Smart.
Because
Yeah,
the more I sit,
I like standing too.
the more I
back
sit, I'm
there.
just like, dude,
Yeah. But like we are also I get to a point where I'm so tired of standing that I start shifting my weight
Yeah.
from side to side, which isn't good.
what I try to do is
It's a long
just tighten
show.
my abs really hard, and I just hold it.
You just stand there and flex.
Literally, that's what
know-
I do
you know-
half the time.
I don't like sitting on bar stools.
I hate bar stools.
Yeah, so like we were at.
If it's a short time, like if you're going to like Flanny's and they only have the tabletops,
yeah, but I'm waiting for that. But even then, it's
35, 40 minutes, I'll sit down and I'll do it, but then I have to stand up.
Everybody tells me, "Oh, why are you standing?" I'm like, "I'm sitting down all day, dude."
Yeah,
like,
my
I
back
don't
is
want.
doing
I'm
it.
tired of being sitting down.
Tony, you're going on vacay this weekend, aren't
I
you?
am. Baby Moon this weekend.
Baby Moon.
I'm probably there right now.
Oh my God.
Wow. Mentally, I was there
Are
last
you
week.
flying the seaplane there?
No seaplane. We're going to Nassau. So if we were doing Bimini, we'd do the seaplane, but we're doing regular plane. Yeah.
Okay.
It's an hour, quick trip.
I saw people on
plane.
TikTok that took their boat from Fort Lauderdale across
To Bimini?
Bimini. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked amazing.
Takes about 4 hours.
Beautiful. And they brought their dog and we're just like cruising.
It's put it this way: if you don't know what you're doing, it's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah,
The weather can be-
can
can be
switch
crazy,
in a matter
right?
of 20 seconds.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, who is very experienced boating, his uncle is a very experienced captain. He's got like a 50-foot Viking yacht, so he's an experienced boater. And they went over one time for like a Labor Day weekend or something, a long weekend over to Bimini because they would go all the time, and they were trying to. It was Monday afternoon or whatever, and they were trying to get back because everybody had work the next day or whatever. And they're like, all right, we're going to try to beat the storm. There's a storm coming. We're going to try to get out ahead of it. Apparently, the storm fast forwarded and caught them in the middle. And so it's a yacht that has like an inside cabin and a couple rooms, whatever. It's like a big boat, right? All of a sudden, they start feeling like on a roller coaster because the waves are starting to get like 10 to 15 feet.
Horrifying.
So what they would have to do is gun the engines. They have like one of those fishing towers. So they're at the top of the tower driving the boat,
God.
and it's pitch black because there's no like it's already like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It's dark,
And now there's a storm.
and now there's a storm, and it's pissing rain on everybody. So what they had to do is they'd have to hit the throttle to go up the wave, climb the wave, and then when they on the crest of the wave going down, they'd have to kill the engine and then ride the wave all the way down and then kick it back up,
Dude.
And then he
The
told me
ocean
he's
is
like,
so scary, bro.
he told me he's like
The ocean scares
It's
I
so
thought we were
scary.
gonna
shit out
die.
of
He's
me.
like I thought we were gonna die.
Dude, I every time I see people
4
like,
hours like that.
yeah, they're out in the bay and like you see these big storms coming, dude. I like would get anxiety so fast.
I'm
hate
a
being
big
out there.
Doppler radar girly. I'm constantly looking at the radar, especially in Miami because the weather changes here so fast. And while we were in Key West, like I'm telling you, do you guys ever look at like the lightning strike maps?
No,
I think I've talked about this on the show
I
before.
never look
you
at.
have.
any map
I remember you
ever.
talking about
I
radar.
love
before.
maps.
I don't. I don't know.
love maps.
I'm out on topography.
There's this like real-time lightning map where after a lightning strike, it will show you where the lightning strike was within like a few feet of a radius, and then you based on like the color, you can see how recent it was.
How do you think they get that info?
That's
Radar,
bullshit.
like
It just
probably
they just. Oh, it's probably like a heat map thing, right? Because obviously it's
yeah.
hot as shit wherever the
Yeah, probably.
lightning hits, right?
I don't know. I'll
how
look
do
into
you
the
how do you
technology.
even?
I mean, I don't. There's a lot of things going on. I don't know. Can't explain.
That's
so
why I don't-
continue.
It takes a few seconds. It's
Yeah.
not like instantaneous.
Okay.
But so like when we were in Key West this weekend, I'm watching the storm come in while I know Roy is like out on this boat, and I'm like, dude, this storm's like right over
top of
where
them, yeah.
they're supposed to be in this boat, and I'm like watching this lightning strike happens like right next to where they're having this like party out on this boat, and I'm texting Roy and I'm like, you guys good? And he's like responding, he's like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, it probably was like shitting rain like 10 feet away from them, but was just like perfectly sunny.
Yeah,
where they're at.
Over
Yeah.
There's a lot
where
of the
Roy
water.
was. It's
It's
crazy.
weird.
That's always like one of the craziest phenomenons when I'm here and I'm just driving in traffic and the sun is baking
Yes,
my car,
and
then all
it's
of a
so
sudden-
hard to see.
and pouring rain.
That was this
Yeah.
morning. Did
Yeah,
you guys
it's-
experience that this
No,
morning,
no,
or
but-
were you already here?
I was already
I saw
here.
a girl's story that had sunshine, bright sunshine, pouring rain, and I'm like, I've only seen that here.
As soon as I got to the garage, as I was pulling in to
We
like
pulled in
scan
right
my
around the same
card,
time.
it just started pouring, and
Yes.
I was like, I'm not walking through that. And then I started looking at like the radar, and I was like, there's
It's
no
nothing.
cloud on the sky. It says it's not supposed to rain for the next 60 minutes. There's none of those little clouds, and then you scan through like an hour, and it's like there's nothing anywhere.
It was so
And,
bizarre.
and then like 10 minutes later, it was just like sprinkling. And
As
it
I
was
was
fine.
driving in, I was coming in on what is it, 395, and I was turning there, and I'm looking at downtown Miami, and downtown Miami itself, it's pouring. You can see it. But looking straight ahead, I had to have my sunglasses on because it was so sunny and everything else is blue. I thought at first when I was looking at it from a distance, I thought that it was like fog or something because I was like, surely that can't be rain. There's no way that
It
that's
is,
rain.
don't call me
and you pull, and I pulled in, and all of a
bad
sudden
week
it's
to
like
stop drinking.
hailing on my car. I couldn't believe it. And then I had the same experience as Billy as I'm pulling into the garage. I'm like, man, this is terrible. I don't want to have to walk in the rain. I'm looking for an umbrella. I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to brace for the rain. I walk out of the garage, no more rain.
The thing,
Classic Miami
Yeah,
in the summer.
The best
one of the worst things about
and the worst.
Miami in the summer is that horrific downpour followed by the brightest sun you've ever seen.
Yes.
Because then your walk is literally a sauna.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh,
just-
it doesn't, and like the
Yeah.
storms here don't cool down the
At
air
all.
temperature
Not
at all. It just makes it more humid and shitty.
Right.
People always say like, "Oh man, I hate small talk. I hate talking about the weather. That's corny and lame." I fucking love talking about the weather. If you ever want to talk about the weather with me, text me, tweet at me. Send me weather memes.
How about this
I
rain, huh?
love the weather.
I'm gonna just start
it
texting
terrifies
every day. How about
me.
that rain, huh?
How about that rain, huh?
The rain terrifies you?
Just
Oh.
the weather in general.
Gotcha.
It's very scary.
Well,
Storms scare me.
It's something dangerous that you have no control over, right? So
That
it's-
too.
it's
I
something-
actually, there was a huge lightning storm the night that I saw you in the Grove.
Oh yeah.
There was a huge lightning storm while I was sitting
We're
at
not talking
dinner
about
with Lehman and his
Yeah.
parents, and the lightning struck a transformer
Yeah, you
on
told
the
me.
corner of the street, and it exploded, and people started screaming, and we're just sitting there. Yes, we're sitting there at dinner, like I watched sparks like fly out of this thing, and the lights on the entire block, all the restaurants, all the bars, everything, all the shops go out, and people are screaming, and
Screaming
we're
is
just
funny.
We're just sitting there, we're like, what the fuck just happened?
One of the most uncomfortable moments of my life that afternoon.
Public
Why?
screams are funny.
Because
Oh, because you ran into us at a restaurant?
No, but it's not running into you guys. So I walk out of Bodega Happy Hour.
Were you hammered?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because you seemed like really happy. And I'm
No,
like,
well, yeah.
What's up, guys?
seem like Mike.
Yeah, dude, I was
this is
happy.
weird.
I slammed like 4 $10 Palomas,
yeah.
and then I
love a Paloma.
And then that was the night of Sam Morril, and it was Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Sam Morril. So I left.
Yeah, you said you were going to a comedy show.
Yeah, that was that. It was that one.
Okay.
So I left, and then as I'm walking, it's starting to rain, and then I just look over, and I just see this, and it's just smiling at me. I'm like, oh shit. So then I walk up, and then I don't have a problem meeting people, but it's Lee's there, she's there, and then Lee's parents are getting the whole like dissertation from the
waiter, yeah.
waiter about specials and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
You're like, hi, I'm Mike.
No, I didn't
to
say
meet you.
hi to him because it was like I was trying to leave. It was about to start pouring because like I think that Transformer thing happened literally 3 minutes after I left.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
scary.
So like then I'm there and I'm like probably smell like tequila. I'm there like saying hi to Lee. Lee's like in this weird like I don't know if I should introduce him or he's
Right.
leaving. Like, oh, there's Mike. There's Jess's drunk coworker.
you want to know what I said when you walked away? I was like, he's so Miami. Yeah. I walked away and I was like, he's such a Miami guy.
Just,
What were you wearing?
normal Miami guy. I think I was wearing shorts.
No, you were wearing like some Miami ass outfit.
What the fuck does that mean?
Wow. Wow.
It's not an insult.
I can
Bad
see
thing.
it.
Yeah,
You know
can see it.
exactly what I'm
Without
talking
me,
about.
I can kind of see it.
No, it was. I think I was wearing like
You know
shorts.
the way you dress?
I don't know. I was definitely comfortable in more ways than one.
a trendy pair of shoes.
Yeah, I
trendy
think I had like
sneakers,
trendy sneakers. I think I had like
a flat brim hat.
the 7-inch shorts on. Yeah, I had my hat on, white tee. I think
7-inch. Come on.
Normal
Yeah,
day.
7-inch.
It's a normal day for you.
my,
Go 5-inch.
my legs aren't defined enough
Get
for
outta here.
5-inch.
You guys ever think about how Dan just doesn't wear hats anymore?
Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
That just happened one day.
He quit on
Overnight.
It just happened, and we never
Yeah.
we never talked about it. Like, I don't think I saw his hair until like 2022, and now I see it every day.
every day.
Yeah.
Dude, Chris
It's a really good
Cody
point.
zinned his ass so hard with the olive green. He didn't think it was something.
All right, Olive Green.
that was quality.
What?
so
when
funny.
did that
You
happen?
don't- you were here for
Oh,
that?
you weren't here?
We have it. It's there.
It's
if
here?
you want to find it, you
Yeah,
can find
we'll-
all of
We'll
All
have
right,
to
Olive
find it.
Because he was talking about
it was
Chris
so
during the
good.
Tua interview, right? Wearing shorts and wearing a t-shirt or
Here it
whatever.
is. Oh, it's great. Hold on, let's put the volume up here.
All right, Olive Green.
It kind of peters out at the end, which I love too. Green.
It's
I love
so
when Chris
good.
gets a jab in there.
All right, Olive Green. He's clearly like nervous to finish the sentence.
Yeah, he was scared. Like he didn't
Wait,
think it was good.
I want to listen to the green again.
hold on.
Play the whole thing.
All right, Olive Green.
Oh yeah, he was scared. There's a waiver. His voice just kind of went. Very
Green.
dangerous.
It's that
game.
Green.
it coincided with Dan getting the stylist,
Yes.
or
Well, yeah.
or at
Slash-
least listening
Slash
to
Valerie.
listening to whoever was styling him, where they're like, "Yo,
Jeremy's
hats are
wife.
not it."
Yeah, I mean,
He's like,
That's
here's
not
the
exactly
thing
my
about
thing.
hats. Don't wear them anymore.
Is it sunny in the studio? No. Okay.
I wear a hat.
Is there a
as
sky
most of our
roof?
crew wears hats like every day.
I mean, it's just like I don't want to do my hair type deal. Like I don't want to do shit to it.
That was my biggest issue, like with my long
hair.
hair, dude. I had to wear a hat every day, or else I had to comb it, or else my hair was like.
This is also my biggest issue and why I like dread getting up for work every morning. Because if
Having
I
to-
don't shower and do my hair that morning, it looks like ass. And I could wear a hat. I don't love wearing baseball caps. I could wear one.
Yeah.
But I
Should
feel
wear
like
like a
once I
fedora.
start,
wow.
Just truly horrible hats.
yeah, maybe.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Oh,
feel it.
wow. How many
Or like
bad
a-
hats?
Just
like
like make it a thing
terrible
for
hat.
you.
like a train conductor hat.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little cap.
Yes.
A little driver
Little
cap.
Kangol hat.
With a cap. A little tip Kangol.
You
hat.
do the visor
I look like a newsie. A visor. I wear visors when I
when you're out.
when I run,
Yeah.
when I play
golf.
tennis or
Yeah,
golf.
whatever.
Yeah,
What's the
I'm
deal
a
with like
visor gal.
straw visors? Do
What do you
like
mean?
those? I've seen them like all over the place. now.
Visors are pretty in right now, I've noticed.
But like the straw ones seem to be
yeah, like the big ones.
Yeah.
I think visors are better for people with long hair because you don't have to wear your hair down on your neck, which can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
really hot. So now there's sun hats that have like a hole on the top. They
yeah,
don't
does
cover
that
the top
does
of
that hurt your head? Like does it burn your head not having it covered?
Well, it depends. If your hair's pulled back, then your hair is probably covering your part. But if your part is like open, you should put sunscreen on
Yeah.
it because
Yeah,
it can burn. And mine has.
I see Billy as like a straw, like the big straw hat that's like an umbrella type
Yeah.
deal thing. Like, and I just see him going to the beach. He has like, assorted chairs in one hand,
Yeah, cooler.
wrangling a cooler in the
Yeah.
other, wrangling a kid with his feet.
Yeah.
His wife has the other kid, and they're just
Those
like
those big hats are great.
they
I love
are.
those.
Like I used to
Love a
be
big hat.
anti that.
Oh,
Now, fucking love it.
I will say the best thing about this fish barbecue lobster event, I got so much free shit. I was Oh my God, I was so happy. I walked around this event. I got Lee a big fishing hat. I got a pair of gloves that are what they work up to 1,000 degrees for grilling and like putting your oven mitts basically.
That's one of those things you just have to blindly trust.
Yeah, right. I'm never
degrees.
gonna try it.
I'm not. I'll take your word for this.
What food am I putting at 1,000 degrees?
Yeah.
I got this
a
great
lava burger or something.
It's a grill kilt. It's like a kilt like
Oh,
skirt
yeah,
thing.
they were all wearing it.
with
Yeah, yeah.
pockets.
Did you get to keep that?
Yes, I got to keep it, and I got this really pretty like nice Yeti. It was amazing. So that was really the highlight of my trip. So like Lehman and I, we got to go to Key West, which was fun. We, made our little way, drove down there, and we were like, this is fun.
It's a long-ass
We'll
drive.
just see. It actually wasn't bad. The other thing I'll say about Key West, August, no cars on the road, no people at the hotel,
It's 1,000
no one in the
degrees.
pool because it's 1,000 degrees.
Nobody wants to be out there.
You don't want to be in the
School
pool.
just
I don't want to
started.
be in the pool. School just started. No one's taking their kids on vacation. It was bar empty.
Saturday morning, bright sunny day. Man.
3
Just like-
hours there,
this looks-
3 hours
no,
back.
No, like you just step out of your house and you're like, wow, it's really sunny. Looks like a good beach day. Guess I'm not going because it's so hot, dude.
That's the thing. Like it's also hot in Miami, and at least we were hot in Key West.
Right.
I mean, I'm also not someone that's going to lay out in the peak afternoon sun. Like,
you're smarter
I
than
just
that. Yeah.
read my book inside for a couple hours.
So guys,
wait
now
for the thunderstorm.
we have the club every week, right? Brought to you by Jose Cuervo. Thank you, Cuervo. A lot of sounds don't get used on that, so I've decided to create something for Mystery Crate
I love this.
that we're going to try to do as often as possible. I'm into the EDM music. This song's a little intense, but I made a little bit of a rave song for all the homies here in Mystery Crate. You guys want to hear it?
How brave of you.
Rave presented
Rave.
by Cuervo?
No, rave. I don't know, but it's available. Hey,
You just got to speak things into existence.
That's
You
true.
made this
It will be.
song?
I made it. Ready?
Like you're a musician?
It's starting right now.
Here it is.
Gonorrhea.
I am really high. I am really high. I am really high.
You win a gold, you have a small penis. Okay, the guy who doesn't win it has a very large penis. He says, "Hey, give me the gold medal, I'll give you my large penis." Do you do it? Dan Leotard Show. 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 Dan Leotard Show.
Booty hole brown.
Party for your right to fight.
I thought it generally sucked.
Well done.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. What are your self-care non-negotiables? The things you know make you feel better even when it's impossible to make time for them. Like that workout you try to squeeze in between kids' activities, work, and everything else you have going on, and before you know it, it gets pushed to tomorrow. Sound familiar? But it's the moments when you feel like you have no time for yourself when those non-negotiables are more important than ever. Those are the things that keep you strong, healthy, motivated, and prepared to take on everything life demands of you. So why not make therapy one of them? BetterHelp Online Therapy makes it easy to get started with affordable phone, video, or live chat sessions you can do from anywhere, and the option to message your therapist between sessions if anything comes up. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P.com.